Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's talk Married at First Sight San Diego, season 15, episode 10, Back to Our Future. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thumbsing up the video, hopping in the comment section, all that good stuff. Alright? So let's talk Alexis and Justin. So the episode picks up with them, where the last one left off with them being at dinner, getting into it. So Alexis goes outside to talk to Justin. And Justin said that in that moment, he thought that he had messed up because of her body language. She asked him to explain. And he was like, you were just, like usually you're happy, you're bubbly, you're excited. But he said that she was very, like she was kind of checked out and she was very rigid. So he thought he did something wrong. So Justin said that he was checking on her. Alexis said, you weren't checking on me because you kept asking me if I wanted to talk about your progress. And he's like, no, our progress. And she was like, but that's not checking on me. So when you put it like that, I see what Alexis is saying. Right? But ultimately, and I know someone's gonna say again, you just like Alexis. Trust me, I don't. In this instance though, Justin made this a bigger deal than it had to be. Alexis politely said, I don't want to say anything. Justin, like I said in my recap last week, Justin could have just said, okay, well, I think that for the both, I think we're making good progress, blah, 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 whatever the case. He could have did that and left it at that. He made that into a bigger scenario than it needed to be. They hug it out at the end. She don't look like she wants to be hugged or touched. She looks very disconnected about the eyes and whatever. So Justin takes her. This is the episode where they go to their childhood homes and read these letters. I absolutely hate this episode every single season. Just because they have the one day where everyone is feeling connected and vulnerable, and then they go back to the apartment, they might cuddle, kiss, whatever, and then the next morning they wake up and they're back at each other's throat. They're back at each other's throats. It just kind of feels like it should be something that they should do right after they move in. Let's move in, have our first night together in the place, and then let's go to each other's homes and stuff like that, so that way I can get, you can tell these stories, we can get a better feel for each other. I think it happens too late in the process. So Justin takes her to a park that he used to play at, which was up the street or around the corner from where he lived with his brother. And he talks about how he used to like to come to the park and fly kites to zone out. And he would zone out and pretend he was the kite. And I was like, oh, that's cute. I remember flying kites as a kid. My dad would take me and my brother to the park and to the lake. We used to go fly kites a lot as kids. So he's saying how his brother raised him. His brother was 19, Justin was 13. And he said that when he messed up, he got spanked a lot. And he wishes that his brother would have done a lot of things differently. He said that, and Alexis kind of asked how so. He said that his brother would always tell him to just figure it out. So when he had an issue or a question, figure it out. I need help with this, go figure it out. So he began to internalize that, and that's why he doesn't like to ask for help with someone now. So Alexis kind of figures out that's why he's so hard on himself, because he feels like if he's not figuring something out himself, then he's done something wrong or he's failed in some capacity. And I'm like, that's hard. That sucks. I know there are a lot of people, I have some friends that kind of grew up like that, where their parents kind of felt like that, even though that they, were raised by their parents, it was still that kind of figured out mentality. It's a way to kind of teach independence, but I feel like it also kind of teaches isolation at the same time. So Alexis asked him, when's the last time he flew a kite? He was like, I don't know, maybe over 10, 15 years ago. She was like, so you was 23 flying a kite? And he was like, it was probably around 16. And you can see her judging him. And it's like, girl, there is nothing wrong with flying a kite. Jesus Christ. There is nothing wrong with flying a kite. So he tells her, I got to fly a kite in the car. I want to go get it. So he runs and gets the kite. And again, she's sitting there like, so we about to fly a kite? Y'all were just playing basketball. Y'all were, later on you go do tons of things. There's nothing wrong with flying a kite. Okay? Maybe I'll go buy a kite and go run through the park this afternoon. I mean, this weekend, my damn self. There's nothing wrong with flying a kite. What bothers me about Alexis is the fact that she'll smile in his face, but then turn around and judge him so severely over the smallest things. So what? Now you're questioning his manhood or his adulthood because he wants to fly a fucking kite. It's not that big of a deal. It's a pastime. It's a pastime. I don't understand why you just did arts and crafts at home. You just literally made like a little sticker book shit out of pictures. It's not that big of a deal. So he's flying a kite. He gets it stuck in a tree, like the top of a tree. He jokingly asks her, should I climb the tree and get it? Now I'm going to judge the kite you had, Justin. You're going to get you a kite. Don't get no little cheap kite from Walmart, because that's what that one looked like. Go on and get you something extravagant. But I thought it was a cute scene. He was genuinely happy flying the kite, so all right. So Alexis, oops. So Alexis and Justin meet with Dr. Peppers. All right, and as soon as Dr. Pepper walks in, Justin is immediately crying. I said, so he can't even talk about it. And he said that today has been a trying day. So Alexis said that they had just received a call from the place where Justin went to take Maya to get groomed. To get trained. I said, I know that dog didn't die. I know that dog didn't die up in them people's custody. But the people there that were training said that Maya has been attacking the other dogs and getting into it with some of the other dogs. And he doesn't even think that Justin should go and get Maya and pick her up. So they're going to keep Maya there so she can just kind of live on the farm and work the land. I said, the fuck does that mean? Here's my issue with that. This is kind of like tenfold. Justin, what's the real on this dog? Was Maya truly not aggressive before this happened? Because I can't imagine a place telling you, don't even come get your dog back. And I grew up with dogs, but I can't imagine a place saying, don't come get your dog back because your dog is in here fighting the other dogs. Y'all are the trainer. You tell them people, but then you keep working with this dog until you get it together, because I'm paying you to train the dog. Something about that seems very off kilter to me. I'm not comfortable with that. It just kind of feels like Alexis won in that situation, when in the end, Alexis should have had Mr. Newton on the leash too. Y'all handled this the wrong way, but Alexis should have had her dog on the leash as well. Nonetheless, so he done lost Maya now. I said, Lord have mercy. Justin, divorce her. Because none of this would have happened if you wouldn't have married her. But nonetheless, so Justin was just saying how after the argument that they had Sunday at the restaurant, he felt very alone. And he said it gave him a reality check as to how often she must feel alone when they're having arguments and disagreements. He said that sometimes he forgets that she can be sensitive. She kind of makes a face and roll her eyes because she doesn't want to be called sensitive. She equates that to vulnerability. She has never seen her mom cry. She doesn't believe in letting people see her weak. She says she grew up in a household full of very strong black women where tears are a sign of weakness. And that's just very unfortunate that as black people, sometimes that is how we're raised and how we grow up. Where we get to this point where It does it kind of hinders us from having the emotional intelligence and the emotional maturity that we need to really navigate through adult relationships, adult instances, and even as children too. So like I think it's just kind of unfortunate. Like I've seen my mom cry. I've seen my dad cry. Like not just for the hell of it, but it's when things happen, when a relative dies, when things are just not going the way that they should. Everybody has moments when they cry. It's not a sign of weakness or vulnerability is not weakness. So Alexis feels that if she shows you everything, you're vulnerable, and she shows you everything, you now have that power over her because you can take what I showed you or what I told you and you can use it against me. And I feel like that kind of goes back to what Morgan is kind of experiencing with Ben, where I told you I didn't have I told you I had a bad relationship with my father. Case in point, you turned around and used that against me and said I don't have toxic relationships. That's what she's talking about because that is what people do. But Dr. Pepper kind of told her that you need vulnerability for a successful marriage, for a healthy marriage. You have to be able to lean on each other. So she tells her that vulnerability is actually a strength, it's not a weakness. So for Alexis, let me take you back to where I'm from type sitch. They go and play basketball. And she said that there's more to her being a tomboy than just her liking sports and farting and stuff around him. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't think she understood the assignment. But she said that basketball made her the woman that she is today because it taught her dedication and perseverance and all this other type of stuff. I believe they read their letters to each other. I zoned out. Like I said, I do not like this episode because I feel like we're happy for the 30 minutes that we're on screen. And then that's kind of it. But let me know what you guys feel about this situation with the dog. What do y'all think about that? Do you think that Justin should go get his dog? Have you ever heard of a place being like, yeah, don't even bother coming and get your dog. We gonna keep him. We gonna keep, like, what? What? Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I'll catch you guys in the next one.